I'm not sure. I gotta continue. I'm not sure. Maybe he'll come back. Maybe he just had a little technical difficulty. He was on camera, so I did get to see who he
Yeah, I
was.
mean, Sharon,
Hopefully,
you
he'll
know
come
me.
back.
You know me. Like I'm more down the middle on these topics. This whole gender war, I don't really have a side in, but I am willing to call out BS on both sides, right? I'm more B1 than anything. My concern is black people as a whole, because I think all these different things that we display and what we think are best efforts to sound intelligent, right, are all effects of that, right? So that's always where the conversation goes with me. But when it does come to feminism, I can talk about things as not just a man, but just a normal citizen that actually does care about and love women. Nah, feminism is doing a bit too much. And there are women that agree with that argument as well. So I'm saying let's not weird it out. We can have a conversation on the topics. Let's not weird it out.
You muted, Sharon. You on mute, Sharon.
Dantes, are you there?
Am I in there?
Yes, you
Could you
here.
hear me?
I can hear you loud and
Oh,
clear now. Yeah.
Wagwan, brethren.
What would you like? You know him, Willie?
Nah, just
Okay.
showing love.
What would you like to add to the conversation, sir? And how did you find the show?
uh, well, I saw your thumbnail a couple of days ago. I believe they've been hiding somebody like you, but
Mm,
I believe I finally found my people. But other than what I've been hearing, is some of the younger brothers. I think in the generation y'all have lost this allegiance or that revolutionary spirit. Yeah, I think you've been integrated. I've always, I think that's the term for that generation. You've been integrated. When you ignore things of the past that have been done to our people, and you just see no, you have no problems with it, and you still accept and have this embrace of America. My generation doesn't have it, but we were on a different thing when we came up. See, rap was black nationalism when we came up, and you had Sister Soldier. We didn't have women like y'all have today. Now they are still our women, right? And we beholden to them just as much as they are to us. And no man can get left behind as far as cutting everybody off, all this delineation, all that talk. I don't want to get off topic, but as far as that, no allegiance to revolution, that revolutionary spirit, uh, it sounds like cowardice to me. But I'm not calling. Don't take it personal. I'm not calling any person a coward.
Or
Because
would
if
you
I
say it's comfort?
no 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 okay, well let me use a quote. Adolf Hitler said that there's no room on this planet for a race of cowards, right? And the position that black men are here in America, right? Our position here is that of a coward. We seem to ignore the things that happen around us. Just like the brother wouldn't acknowledge that the host was saying, hey, you have no uh, feeling of betrayal by America, by them chemical attacks on our people, things of that nature. And I heard it in his voice. He had no problems with that. That was more disturbing to me. So that's what tells me that I don't have a problem with white people. I have a problem with our people
I
like that.
agree.
I
Now,
mean,
now,
and I'm sorry,
nah, my bad, my bad. Keep going.
but what I'm saying is okay. Like, because if you take the Haitian Revolution,
Hmm.
Toussaint Louverture, the night before that revolution took place, right? It was Dissent and people who were afraid,
That's the
and
lane.
he took all of them and Al Shabaab them right in front of everybody else because there could not be any weakness. No one could be fall short of courage, and it would bring everybody down. That weakness. But we all have to
So,
stand fast. I'll go ahead,
so
brother.
it's a lot of things I want to respond to, but even like with because it was good to kind of put a pin in it there with Toussaint. There was also Dessalines, right? And so Toussaint was definitely for the revolution. He's someone you speak highly of, but I can see, there's a lot of people that will call Toussaint the coward. You know that, right?
Okay.
I'm
I
saying in
wouldn't.
the context of comparing him to Dessalines, right? So,
Okay.
right, you get what I'm saying. So when I
Yeah.
see you, I see more of the Dessalines, but I could even see my brother Hood conservative, and not saying that you were calling him the coward, but I'm just saying, right? I can see him as the Toussaint in that situation as well. Like these are both valuable parts of the revolution. I don't think it's as much cowardice as comfort. Many of us have gotten comfortable in the
Don't
system.
draft me
So
in your forever illusion. Whatever you do, do not draft me in the forever illusion. Call me
That,
what you want,
hold
but you
on, bro.
niggas leave
Hood,
me
hey
the
yo,
fuck home.
hey
hood,
yo,
hood.
hood
Please
conservative,
let we
chill out,
having a
man, and
we're
just
having a
hold your
good
beret.
conversation. Don't interrupt with just nonsense, please. Go ahead,
Hey
finish.
yo, hood conservative, just hold your beret, brother, and let me finish, man. Just, you can put it on when you're ready. But I'm saying, for a lot of us brothers, I don't think it makes it cowardice when we have certain arguments that are valid for our situation. You get what I'm saying? Yes, there is a cowardice element amongst us, but we ain't talking about chaotic truth, right? We're talking about brothers who are saying things that we can respect. So I don't like putting the dissenting black opinion in the box of cowardice.
Okay.
I,
And
wa- I'm, oh,
before you answer, go ahead, Diva, if you're there.
Because the last thing I was gonna
Hold
say
on,
is
Willie.
when you
Hold on, Willie. I want to answer to the mic. Somebody supporting the show. Shout out to Dolomite 19 for the museum pot 100. Shout out to you. Thank you. I appreciate you supporting your favorite content creators, supporting your favorite hosts. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all supporting your favorite hosts on whatever channel that you're watching on. Salute to y'all. Go ahead.
Bracy, one
Let
sentence.
him get a chance to respond.
One
I stopped him
sentence.
from responding.
Because I didn't get the land, just the last sentence. When
Okay.
we're talking about the revolutionary groups, when I look at 2025, sadly, the honest truth is it's not the Panthers that still have these institutions. It's not some of our most revolutionary units. It's that boule that still has things today, right, that are tangible in the black community. I know that sounded crazy, and I'm gonna land there.
Okay. Go ahead, Dantes. I'm pronouncing your name correct?
well, I'm the last African. I just had this. I couldn't. This is a different account. My emails and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, but you got me there. Yes, all day. But to that brother, nobody has picked up the colors, right? Nobody has picked up that guide on and done anything since our leadership has been murdered and ran off out of the country. And I think what we have today is a generation that doesn't even know who they were before. That's why it's so splintered with all this identity crisis that y'all having, right? And you and a lot of you, I hear it. You embrace America, right? The fact that I mean, and I don't want to get to. I'm not spreading Pan-Africanism to anybody. I don't even understand that. How people interpret it. It's always been a little African beating on my chest, dying to get out. I was born and raised in North Carolina, but I know who I am. I'm not an American. I know that by Tamir Rice, Sandra Bland, Eric Gardner, Ahmaud Arbery. We can keep going all day. We are not American people. Right, and the chemical attacks on our people, the barrel bombs, the destruction of our people's consistent attempts at progress in this country have been halted. And you brought in immigrant buffers, to come between our people and any type of American success. And far as you saying these, you people name celebrities when they talk about black celebrities. These people don't benefit black politicians. None of these people benefit black people. They work from within a white construct, a system. So the laws that keep them up keep us down. And your black community, when you talk about the boule, none of these people live in so-called black communities. These are the people who uproot themselves and go to white communities, because the further away they are from black people, that's the more successful they are, right?
Can
And
I
then,
respond? Oh,
yes,
sorry.
ma'am, please. Yes, ma'am. No, please.
So first off, there are several very prominent and wealthy black communities where you have plenty of Boule members living. That's that. But you said that you aren't an American because of all of the things that have taken place and how there's a concerted effort, right, to for the dominant society to lift itself up basically by pushing black people down, right? I agree. Have you ever been to Africa? And if so, where?
No, but I would love to go to Burkina Faso. That would be my. I would love to have 300 brave souls to come with me to come and help with the effort there.
Salute to
Okay, so
Traore.
once you go start visiting Africa, you will see that by your definition, what makes you not an American would also make you not an African. Right? Because they being pushed down in their own. Yes, I've been there. They're being pushed down in their own countries. And Ibrahim Traore, I commend his efforts, but he did have to go run to the white man for protection, right? He had to go make a deal with Putin.
Not for protection, though.
Yes, absolutely. They were trying to
let them have a conversation.
Assassinate him. They've been trying to assassinate him. So he went there for several things, one of which was protection. And so
specifically,
let them have the conversation first. Hold on, Willie. Let them have the conversation. Let them finish the point.
And so again, just based on your definition of what makes you not an American, despite all the things your ancestors have done and accomplished in this country, those same things would make you not an African by that definition, because it's happening there too.
All right, cool. Hold on.
Go ahead, Dantes. No, it's Dantes. Let Dantes get a chance to respond, please.
Yeah. As far as that argument of not having been to Africa, if I had the means, I would be there. I would if I had the means. And Kwame Nkrumah said, I don't have to be born in Africa. Right. Africa was born in me.
Right.
Right. But I'm just going by your definition of what
nobody's
talking to you.
Skip the number round.
Willie, hold on. I will let you get in. Willie, let me. You don't got to kick him yet. Willie, let them have a quick back and forth, and you will be able to join in on the conversation. But let them have a quick back and forth, please. Let them have the 1-2 thing just for a little bit, please.
Saran, real quick though.
No. Let them have it first, and then you can give me the facts. Let them have the conversation, please. Go ahead, Diva.
Right. So you say, Africa, you quoted Kwame Nkrumah, right? But Kwame Nkrumah was actually from Africa. And so he had an understanding of what being an African is. From over here, you have a very romanticized and idealized idea of what Africa is. And I'm saying that because I was the exact same way until I started going over there and seeing it for myself firsthand. I'm headed back over there in another few months. So you said that you would be there if you had the means. And I guess I'm just wondering why you wouldn't have the means, right? And I don't know you. I'm assuming you're at least in your 40s, correct?
Thank you. I'm 50 years old.
Okay, so you 50. And so by this time, if that was something that you really wanted to do, right, we could have made some type of plan to work towards and get to being able to do that. And so I think a lot of Black Americans, certainly it's a lot that happens to us, a lot has happened to us, but many of us start thinking that we maybe can't do certain things, and that's not necessarily the case. And so I'm just pointing out to you, if that's something that you're really interested in, then, making a plan to see that through is something that's well within your control.
Can I fact check something real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to that entire everything you said, right, about I want to say class structure. That class structure that you believe in so much, it's a luxury that Black people cannot afford. And I do have, last year I had my house up for sale. Just so while you talking that type of thing, I was going to sell my property and go. But I started to think about it. That wouldn't be fair, right, for me to do to my family, right? So I would rather leave something, and I would know secure a position for them here. I still have a responsibility to my family here. Do I not?
No, certainly.
Wouldn't a man take those type of things into consideration? So my children are grown, and my perspective of going to Africa is very different from yours. Mine is in a role of I'll be in the outpost supporting the troops. I'm a little too old to get my hands in the fight, and I probably wouldn't do much good, right? But I can feed the troops. I'll take meals to the battlefield, medical supplies. I'll do what I can. So I'm not going over there with the same perspective as you, right? I plan to be attached, right? And in that glory, right? I'll go to Africa, and we go and fight for them, right? For our own people. I would rather men ties with my own people than with America, who hasn't even apologized for what Captain Torrey apologized to our people for what America did to us. You understand? So there's at least an ounce of compassion there.
Right.
But like you say, but like I said, then if I go and do that, then I have a country, I have a nation behind me. And right, he can come and say, hey, and when Captain Toure said, so what a good soldier I've been, and asked me, well, what I would want, I want to come and get all the brothers in prisons across America out over here. Right. Everybody who's been wrong, that's the type of stuff I'm on. See, I don't care about these people, the boulets and all those people. I'm not really concerned about that 1% of black people who that Little Rock 9. Let 9 black people in and okay, yeah, I'm sorry, brother. But that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about all of them.
I just want to let you know, because it's your first time here, that we enjoy the passion, but let's try to get so we can have a response, because other people like Willie, he want to get in there as well. He want to do a fact check, and he hold on, but he told us. You
gotta let me get in here too. I gotta hurt somebody's feelings.
Hold on.
So you said you want to go
composure. I just want my brothers to hold their composure. Allow Diva and Dante to finish their conversation.
One more time.
We're gonna get y'all in there. We're gonna get y'all in there. Just let's let them have the conversation. It's a good conversation, y'all. Go ahead, Diva.
Right. So you're saying go to Africa. Africa consists of 54 different countries. Where in Africa? So you said you mentioned Ibrahim Traore, and going to Burkina Faso. And so if you go there, how would you even be able to communicate with them? They speak French as a first language and then African languages secondarily. Very few people even speak English. Have you learned another language? Have you learned French or one of those African languages? Do you know what tribes are over there? I'm about to drop you, Willie. Do you know what tribes are over there in Burkina Faso?
Yes, I'm aware of the tribal situation there.
No. Do you know the names of the tribes? What tribes are over there?
Enlighten me.
No, I'm asking. You said you wanted to go there. I have no desire to go there.
Well, enlighten me.
Right, and so I don't know what their names are, but what I can tell you is that there are several of them, and they all speak a tribal language. So I'm just raising the very practical issue of how you gonna even communicate with those people, because very few of them speak your language. The other thing is there is no situation where what's his name, Captain or whatever, Ibrahim Traore is gonna pull you outside and say, oh brother, you've been such a great soldier, what do you want? Right? That doesn't happen. Go ask the soldiers who are already over there. So I think, again, you have a very idealized and romanticized vision of Africa, which is why I was saying you need to go over there, because even if you relocate, you need to visit first, right? You got to make preparations. And so it seems like this is a fantasy for you, not even a dream, a fantasy, because you haven't put any activity or any type of real thought behind it. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. You seem to have it all figured out. I'm just
no, I'm just revolutionary.
No, you got it all figured out. You go ahead, Willie.
I got my black.
Okay, go ahead, brother. He bowed out, Diva.
You saying nothing. You saying that. We don't want to turn into an argument. You've been there. Hold on. I can't make a believe about you.
We don't want to turn into a full-out argument. If you could bow out, it's okay. I think it was a great conversation. Go ahead, Willie.
The brother didn't bow out. He was just hospitable. And I got my black fist up, my brother. So salute to you. Like, we've moved the stop sign all the way to Africa. Like, the stop sign is in Burkina Faso right now. But what I wanted to correct was, depending on your definition of protection, no. Right?
If it depends on the definition, then you're not correcting me. If it depends on the definition, then you're not correcting anything.
So if you want to go off my definition, no, you were gang goofy. When you made the
I was talking about my definition, not yours. I don't know you.
When you made the statement that Ibrahim Traore went to the white man for protection.
So my definition of expensive and your definition of expensive are two very different things. Because I expect bricks on all four sides.
You know why? This is why a lot of brothers feel like the women shouldn't be in the room. because of what you're
Because
displaying
we
right
can
now.
think
You
circles
just had
around you.
6
Because we can
rounds.
think circles
You
around
just
you. That's
had
why you don't
6
want us in the
rounds.
room.
You
Y'all
don't
want
want
to
to
be
be
able to
fact
talk
checked.
about dumb
That's what
shit
it is.
and
Be
never
honest.
figure anything out.
And sis, I'm not manosphere, sis. So before you think you're gonna run there with it, I'm a
No,
black
I
man that
said
loves
y'all
black
want to
women
talk about dumb
that
shit.
says, do you see how problematic y'all can be?
Well, yes, problematic because we think
What's
circles
your
So again,
love
around you.
worth,
can I
bro?
speak?
Your
Problematic
love
because
isn't
Can I
we
worth
speak?
think
anything. I don't know why you
circles
led with that
around
gay
you.
shit.
Can I speak?
Okay.
Right.
All right. So let's
No,
let.
So
you've
the
been hopping
fact
over
check.
people the whole
Go back
time. Matter of
inside.
fact, let me drop
Go
you.
back inside. Right, I bet. You
Go
see,
ahead.
you see,
Go
Sharon,
ahead,
it's what they
Willie.
talk
Go
about.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Willie, and then Hood Conservative. Go ahead.
So again, when you talk about the deal with Burkina Faso through Ibrahim Traore and Russia, that was a deal for biometrics technology.
Mm-hmm.
If you're talking protection, I would think you're talking about boots on the ground, Russian soldiers. That
No.
did not happen. Right?
No,
Why?
it's
Because
intelligent. Most
why?
warfare is
Why?
cyber.
Because Ibrahim Traore didn't want that. He wanted the technology to be able to defend himself. I
Right.
don't consider that. I don't consider
That
that
is. If you
running
know
to the white
anything
man
about
for,
warfare,
and you're gonna
then you know
keep
that
talking.
most warfare is
Let
cyber
her go,
warfare
Sharon.
now. So cut it out. So if you just said exactly what I
Does
said.
her
He
mute
ran to the
button
white
work
man
too?
to
No, I didn't
protect
say
him.
what you said.
Yes, you did.
I said you're a liar. That's what I said.
And I'm saying you're
I
dumb.
don't consider
I'm saying well,
going.
you don't have to consider it. I consider it because
but I
I got
can't
enough
speak though.
sense to know that most
This what they
warfare
be
is
talking about,
cyber
Sharon.
warfare.
It's not what they
Most
talk about.
warfare
This
is
is what
cyber
they be talking
warfare.
about.
Does she have a special privilege that
Control your
everybody
like
else
put a
doesn't
leash
have?
on.
Yes, I do.
This
I
is what
actually
they
do.
be talking about.
Okay, because I'm sensing
Put a leash on your
entitlement. I
dog,
swear to
bro.
God, I hear entitlement.
I'm just saying, put a leash on her. Like
You need
she
to put
went
a leash on
5
you.
rounds with my good brother. She tried to
Protection.
come at his pockets with all that
No, I
goofy
asked him
rhetoric,
a
right?
question.
I
I wasn't
support
coming
my
at his
brother.
pockets.
Hold on.
I'm just
Hold
saying he
on.
should be able to go if he want to go.
Yeah, we heard what you said. No one can hear what I'm saying.
Right, exactly. Y'all
Right.
welcome.
And that's
Y'all
your goal.
welcome, chat.
You're literally
Cash out me to thank
proving
me for
hood
keeping y'all from having to
conservatives'
listen
point.
to this idiot.
That's your goal, black woman. And I'm not even manosphere. You're proving his point.
Brother, we're all manosphere when I show up, bro. That's my job is to show you that we're all manosphere.
Nah, you
You
know
niggas
I'll
just keep
crash out
fighting
on
it because you
y'all
think you
too.
love this bitch. You think you love these women, and no, we're all manosphere.
You know I'll
Okay,
crash out on the
can I
manosphere
read
too.
I got a
something to
But
question
no,
y'all?
she's
when I
wrong.
get a chance. When y'all get a
Right.
chance.
Burkina Faso has partnered with Russia seeking security assistance and other support, including military advisors and nuclear cooperation agreements. Thank you.
Right.
Right.
We
And
want
so
engineers.
military advisors and security assistance,
America has
that's the
military
protection.
advisors.
But I said
Israel
he
has
went to
military
Russia
advisors.
for
Why
protection.
do you kick
Russia,
the
I
brother?
said he
Why do you
ran
kick
to
the brother
Russia for
Ibrahim Traore
protection.
down the
And that
ladder by
you said that
saying
I
he
lied. And I
ran
was
to the
not
white
lying.
man for
Right?
protection? You
No, no,
don't say
no.
that. You don't say that.
No.
What's
You
my
said
man
that I was
BB?
lying and
You don't
he
say
did go to them
Benjamin
for
Netanyahu
security
ran for protection.
assistance,
You
which
don't
is
say that.
protection.
You have a
PhD,
disdain for black men.
Damn, y'all stupid.
It
PhD.
saddens me.
Yes.
But we can move past it
Yes,
if
sir.
you can have
Yes,
some
sir.
control.
You exercise some control because you
I've
started
been
talking over
trying,
me.
sis.
Right, but you start
I
talking over me.
exercise control when
Okay,
you
you
talk
exercise
for
some
6
control. Set the
rounds. I
example,
listened
black
to it.
man. Set the
Oh, let
example.
Diva go one more
Dantes,
time. I was
sir, how
quiet.
can I help you?
Excuse me,
Oh, let
PhD.
Diva go one more time. I was quiet. I didn't get a word in because you knew I was going to G-check the lies you were telling on
I
black men.
wasn't telling the lies. I just read that they
Nah,
went
you
to them
lied.
for
You
security
lied.
assistance, which
But
is
I'm not going to be able to.
protection. Which
I'm
is
not going to be able to
protection.
illustrate that point today. So
PhD.
we can move past that,
Okay, let me
right?
go ahead and
Excuse me, Willie. Let me
So
ask you
now,
something.
hold on. So now to my revolutionary brother, I wanted to go back to the other part of the
shit.
conversation that I was hoping to get to.
Hold on.
We made a decision a long time ago as Black Americans that we were no longer Africans. We were of African descent. We knew who we were. We were a brand new defined people when we had the chance to say, all right, do you want to go home and be an African or do you want to stay here and fight the fight? We chose to stay here overwhelmingly, right? So we've defined who we are now. We're
Sharon,
different people,
we're
right?
ready.
So I do support, right, having that love and that
We
support
ready.
for Africa. All right, let the sister go. My apologies.
Dantes, what were you saying, sir?
Well, I just wanted to ask you. Well, just to state when you mentioned Russia,
See the
as if that
patience
was
of a conservative? The
real. Like,
audience
Yo,
gets it.
who's in charge here? Who is in charge of this shit? I'm curious, bro.
She is.
No.
No, I need to hear.
I'm
I need
messing with you,
Sharon to
Siobhan.
say
I'm
it
messing
out
with you. I'm
loud.
messing with
I
you. I'm
need
messing
Sharon
with
to say it out loud, bro. Because what was
Okay,
the whole point earlier
hold
today?
on.
You was getting on me about how I run my show and we should do things as
Yeah,
smoothly over here as I do on my show. And
and I couldn't
you
let you.
refuse to put your fucking foot down because that's how I run
Hold
my
on.
show. I put
Amen.
my
No,
fucking
you
foot
didn't.
down.
No, hold on. No, you didn't. So what I did was gave you props. I said, hopefully you would give me the same respect like I gave you. You told me to be quiet. I was quiet. So that's what I was talking about. So it didn't matter if you skipped me or not. When you said, "Hey, Strong, hold on, I want to change the topic. I don't want to hear what you say no more." I shut up and I listened, and it was your show and I respect. So I expect the same thing,
And
regardless.
I never
I'm not,
put you in
and I,
anybody else's hands. You were always under my control and my power. I've never put you in some bitch hands and let her do whatever the fuck
and
she
then you
want.
never,
I would
so
never do
you
that to
never,
my
so
brother.
you are talking about something that happened to
Are you
somebody else.
calling me a bitch?
Something, hold
no,
on, hold
no,
on. Nothing happened to you, so I don't know why you feel like you need to jump out your body right now. You was chilling, and Wall Street Willie and Diva had a situation, not Hood Servant and PhD. So I don't know why you jumping out your body.
Because
But hold on,
we
I
all
want
suffering this shit together,
okay,
bro. This
okay,
shit is
so
I
I
don't
tiring.
want,
have any
so I want,
This shit's
sympathy.
tiring. And not for nothing,
Hey,
the
see,
revolutionary nigga,
see,
she
you
is
doing it
your
right
problem,
now.
bro. She is your bastard
Hold
child.
on, hold
You
on.
created this, bro.
Hey,
Your
yo,
Hold
look,
on,
revolution
hold on.
gave
Hey,
conservative,
birth to
chill
I
her,
out,
bro.
man.
understand, but I'm asking you to hold on. Hold on. Go ahead. Hold on. Wall Street Willie, get your point out. Go ahead, Wall Street Willie,
Hey, yo,
please. Goddamn.
Siobhan, you mid
Slap the taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see you try it.
God, he got hit with a 20 ball. He got hit with a 60 ball.
Damn. Bye, nigga.
They said, even said, bye, nigga. Somebody else says, drop Willie. Then somebody else says, bye, Wall Street. So you got hit with a 60 ball, Wall Street Willie. 3 people said they tired of you disrupting the show. So again, I understand that y'all get upset, but y'all don't realize how y'all be disrupting the show sometimes, and y'all just really just concerned about y'all. And when y'all hear a female voice that give y'all good pushback, sometimes it annoys y'all, and I get it. However, we gotta allow the back and forth because you kept trying to jump in between Dantes and Piazziva, and even though it was a tough conversation, Dantes was able to keep his composure and let the conversation go, even though it might not actually went the way that he enjoyed it or something, but he still was able to have the conversation. So shout out to Dantes for able to have the conversation. It looked like, so Hood Server, if you want to jump in now, you could jump in now. Dantes wants something to say, and I believe Conscious Marn wanted to say something as well. Okay. And then Devo, you can get back to cooking. Go ahead.
PH Diva and all the women like her are the bastard children of the Forevolution. So this nigga up here who wants you to be in the Forevolution, this is what they
Slap the
produce.
taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see you try it.
Goddamn.
Bye, stupid nigga.
Oh Lord.
Miss J. Lynn with the $25 ball. Kick fat back Hood too. Or is he fat? Is he
Sound
fat?
like it. I don't know. I never seen him.
Okay. Robin M, $10. Welcome back, Diva. You were missed. Oh, thank you. I missed you too.
Hood, you got a few minutes on your head. You'll be all right, I believe. Go ahead. Dantes, Conscious, and then Diva, you right back at it.
All right.
Well, Diva, I was wanting to just point out that Russia, when I look at Russia, I don't see them as a bad, a bad place. Like I don't look at them as like you would America or somebody else or Israel or something like that. Because when I think about Russia, Russia never had any black slaves or association with anything. That's what I mean by Russia not being bad. Or if you speak of Russia in a bad light, I don't have anything bad to say about Russia.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But that still doesn't negate the fact that even in Africa, where they should have like full autonomy and self-determination, again, the colonial powers are still there. Russia is there. And I'm pretty sure, even though you may not know about it, that Russia got plenty of dirt on its hands, right?
Well,
Go ahead.
I just don't. Please don't assume that there's something I don't know. I don't.
No, you just said you
Let's
don't
give
know
each other.
anything bad about them. You said you
Well,
don't know
I mean,
anything bad about them.
well, when I say that, I mean nothing that I would consider bad. Because when you read from certain literature, I don't know what you're reading from. You reading from maybe an American newspaper or something. I don't know.
What about him eliminating his political opponent? That wasn't an American thing. That was
I'm sorry. What was that now?
He eliminated his political opponent.
Well, so a lot of those people you can understand where France is trying to put a puppet regime back in power. That could be. I mean, I wouldn't really. What he's doing does not look like. Does it look nefarious to you?
Yeah, in that case, it was, because he was the man he eliminated was a Russian citizen. He was trying to run. It wasn't like he was opted or put in by France. So no.
Wait a minute. What do you say? I don't understand what you're saying.
He was a Russian citizen who was running against Putin. He was a journalist, I believe.
Oh, Putin, you mean up in Russia? Oh, I remember that guy. Yeah. Alexei Navalny, Alexei something.
Yeah, I remember running. Like even in that, Russian president's only supposed to be president for 5 years. You know how long Putin's been president?
That's 20. Nothing. Yeah, I know, but he hasn't done anything against Africa. He hasn't done. Name something bad against Africa that he's done.
So he has it. As long as he's not doing something bad against Africa, you're cool with that.
Well, I'm African, so of course I would. Yeah.
Okay, can I say something?
Yeah.
So, do you think that exploiting Africa's minerals is bad?
Yes.
Right. Okay, and Russia's involved in that too. So, what you think Captain Traore had to give in exchange for their security assistance and their military advisors? You think that was all for free?
Well, like you said, there was an exchange. So no, it wasn't free. There was an exchange. Right, he's getting something for that.
Yeah, but it's not nearly comparative in terms of value, right? But they're still exploiting African minerals.
Well, a big part. I think the steps he's taking, and others that they taking, try to one Africa, one currency. I don't look at things the way they are.
Right.
I look at them as in the direction that they're going. Mm-hmm. Right. Africa's coming up with one currency. They eat all that little ECOWAS and all that little sabotage stuff. It's going away. Now they're working on something real and tangible. And I think all our people do is sit back and, we knock things down that we see about Africa from an outside perspective. I don't look at things from an outside perspective. I don't, I try to look from within and what we can make better. But like you said, I'm going to say Malcolm X didn't see a future for Black people in America. Mm-hmm. Malcolm said that. He said the land wherever it is, right? We need land wherever we are. That's what I'm trying to accomplish. America doesn't want Black people. I don't know why we tend to think otherwise.
Well, I mean, you may think it don't want you, but like all of us don't feel the same. But there's no way that you can look at what's going on in Africa from the inside. You've never even been there. So how would you know? No, I mean, you can't look at it from the inside. You say I'm looking at it from the outside. I've actually been to several African countries, right? And I've listened to the people tell me what the heck is going on there. So the idea that somebody who has been there, even though I'd be the first to say I'm still looking at it from the outside, but that you would be looking at it from the inside when you've never set foot there, never talked to the people, none of that. But somehow something that maybe we don't. And as for tearing things apart, that's actually a very valuable process because it allows you to figure out where the weaknesses are in whatever it is you're doing and fix them. So you want people around who are going to poke holes in whatever you're trying to do.
What do you mean by tear things apart?
That's what you said. You said a lot of times our people, we like to look at things from the outside and then tear it apart. And so
what I mean is we look at things like as they are and not how they should be. Like, do you believe that a Black child, a real Black child, I don't mean like Obama, I mean a real Black child can be a president or be something to make a substantial change in this country and not be just pushing their agenda on a weapon against our people, Do you
Well,
believe?
certainly, because we got too many historical examples of Black people changing things in this country. Now, if you mean being president and trying to flip everything, in favor of Black people, no, because that president would most likely be a Black male, and y'all like to try to play into the system, right? Y'all not really fighters.
Jasmine Crockett? Jasmine Crockett?
Yeah, Jasmine Crockett's sitting at home now.
I mean, but that's you saying right. Black men. I don't understand that. I don't look at. I mean, oh wow. So, but when you say Black men getting in there doing something, like who is? I mean, y'all representatives. I mean, the people representing Black women look a lot worse.
Is that right?
I mean, Jasmine Crockett. Do you see her?
Cory Booker.
Right. Right. So either you have to be that is the type of person that you have to be. And I don't have but I say this right here. I mean that not to be critical, because I believe all our people, or we need to, it's all of us. I embrace all of our people, even the ones I don't favor that much. I say all of us, but to say we give these people as examples, and we can do it in a negative light. We can go back and forth all day. I can go Stacey Abrams, you can go Tim Scott. We can do this all day, and none of them are any good because they operate in a system that doesn't benefit our people. So
okay, so then you being president as the example. So any Black person in that position is probably not going to be able to help us, correct?
Right, but I'm saying but yes, right. But what I'm saying is there's a delusion to believe that our people can even hold any type of the position that we hold will benefit us any, and you'll never have a real Black president person. You never do that.
Okay, well, that's the thing. Okay, so even by that definition, they really don't have real Black presidents in Africa because most of them are puppets. That's why their countries stay in the situation that it's in, right? The destitution, poverty, all that type of stuff, because all they want is they'll sell all the minerals for whatever country to give them money or whatever. They are slaves to the World Bank, the IMF, and so they don't have real Black presidents. Right, but if we galvanize, we got to get and understand it's people over in Africa that can make them changes. And another thing that Black people in America need to understand, when they talk all this negativity about Africa can change it, can remove those people, right? They can do these things in America. How can they remove it? Captain Traore he just did it, didn't he? What he's doing is improving the conditions of his people. Regardless of how you look at it, that's the way I see it. That's okay, but and there are some leaders. I was just asking how they can remove the people, right? Because a lot of the countries that Britain colonized are still part of the Commonwealth, right? Nigeria, to be specific. Right. And so again, how do they remove these people when they are indebted to these people? Okay, when someone has committed a crime against you, okay, that what you call debt, right? You came and you invaded me. You kicked in my house and took what you got is mine, right? So what I'm talking about, that's what you call a hard line. I don't owe you nothing. Right. Get it with your muscle type deal. I don't owe you nothing because you came and took in the first place. You invaded our people in the first place. Right. I don't think when y'all think of colonialism, y'all look at it as like that's the way it is. No. Like it was no crime was committed in colonialism. Like right. We don't. They can't fight back against it, right? And so if you say get it with the muscle, they gonna come in there with the muscle, and Africa gonna lose. Oh, damn! Look at you talking about losing before you. That's exactly why Black people should stay in America. No. You don't know what's going on over there. Those people already have military bases over there. I know. America's already over there. Right. All of them though. France is over there. Great Britain is over there. They're all already over there. And guess what? They all gonna lock arms with each other. So now I wish Africa I'm scared. They go oh my God, the white folks they done got together. Oh, we need to run, y'all run. But apparently you do
Somebody
because
needs
you
to
want to
clip.
run to Africa.
No,
because
no,
you
no.
can't deal
Baby,
with the white man here.
baby,
So
baby,
apparently you
young,
got to run to Africa because you can't deal with the white man at home. And so how you think they gonna deal with them over there?
there's no victory to be had here. This
Okay.
is their land, especially with black people like you running around. There's no victory to be had here, right? No, you. I apologize. I take that back. But you've been roughhousing with me a little bit. I'm starting to get a little agitated, babe. I apologize, darling. Let's just stop that.
You don't have to apologize because I could take it.
But he did, Diva. You can accept it. You
Hey,
can.
Sharon.
No, I don't want to accept.
Excuse me, Sharon. Sharon, hey, I like your program, brother. I'll be back. The rest of y'all gentlemen, it's been wonderful speaking with you.
Hold on, don't leave yet, Dantes. Hold on, we'll give 1 second. I believe MJ, a new guest came in. She just came in. I believe she want to have a conversation with you, possibly. So just give it a chance. I know you got a little aggravated. It's not easy to debate arguments, especially when it is. But you'll get better at it. I promise you. It's nothing in hate. We are all just conversing with each other. Go ahead, MJ.
Hi, Sharon. Hi, everyone. Hi, PhD. Welcome back. I did want to speak to Dantes. How you doing, Dantes? I wanted to ask you a question, sir. What do you plan to do when you do get over to Burkina Faso? Are you going to help them with their infrastructure? Are you going to help them with their security of their country? Are you going to try to expand their reach to other countries that might want to link up with them? Like, what is your actual plan when you go over there? Are you going to help them, or is it just going for for your own type of pilgrimage, escaping?
No support in the effort. Support. I mean, like I said, I'm 50 years old. I probably wouldn't be much help on the battlefield. But supporting the troops, taking meals, medical supplies, things like that. I'm sure I could be of help somewhere.
Okay. Is there any reason why you don't think that help is needed to your people in America? You say you're originally from North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
So is there any reason why you can't facilitate that here in America for your own particular people who you probably share more DNA with?
Okay. As far as that is concerned, black people don't think like me. Like, you know how you people find their groups of people? Like, I found my people.
Yeah.
Like, I don't share any commonalities with most black people. I've known that growing up, right? I mean, I'm not saying I'm not. No, wait. Because all of my people are black. I mean, I grew up in the neighborhood and everything. But what I'm saying is, like, commonalities. Like, a lot of black men, like back in my day, it was you had an NWA crowd, and all the Easy and stuff like that right there. But I was Africa Bambaataa, Zulu Nation, Jungle Brothers, X-Clan, PRT, baby. I did not subscribe. See, and it ain't a lot of us. That's why conscious rap people who are really down ain't down no more. Those people are gone. And y'all generation been Medea movied, and I don't know how soft y'all. I don't know what's going on. Y'all drugstore cotton soft is what I'm saying to this generation. To not have, you don't want to fight for nothing. You don't need Tamir Rice. Tamir Rice don't mean nothing to a lot of black people.
I'm sorry,
but Tamir Rice don't mean nothing to y'all. Sandra Bland, that's hurt me. I ain't let that go. So now I ain't rocking with y'all like that. I'd rather go over there where they banging, where they trying. Hey, yeah, we can be somebody, right? Because you are not a nation of people, black people in America, right? They don't repair citizens. You accepting your role as a citizen, as being black, and not
prepared ourselves though.
Wait. Everything our people have done in the past to repair ourselves, it's been pushed, smashed. They call it the slow grind of integration. It's a slow grind. Does grind sound like something pleasant?
That's not fixing ourselves. Integrating is not fixing ourselves. I'm talking about literally us fixing ourselves.
It's right there. Okay, just like with the show star, things are being done to combat that progress that you're trying to make. So
Say if it was easy, everybody do it. Of course,
that's why everybody else is doing it but us. That's why everybody's doing it but us. I don't know where you live, but when I go, the people.
America.
Wait, okay. Well, from coast to coast.
Hold on. Let them get a chance to answer, Costas. Go ahead, Dante. Go ahead.
Well, what I'm saying
Slap the
is,
taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see you try.
Yeah, they got you too, Dantes. I missed it. I'm sorry. Hold on.
That bye, Dante.
Free Zone Blue, $20. Drop old ass Farouk from the Nation of Denomination from the 90s. If you can't buy your way out of this little $20, you can't afford to be a hut chef in Africa. In Africa.
You know,
with the 20 ball. Thank you. Marvelous Opinion, $5. Excuses are nothing more than weaknesses being explained. Peace and love. All right. Free Zone Lou, $20. Another one. It's nothing. Bye, Farouk. Hashtag pay for your freedom.
God damn. Free Zone Lou. Sheesh. So it's $40 to bring back Dantes. They are on your head right now, Dantes.
Give us free, Dantes. Give us free.
You know what it reminded me of the scene on I'm gonna get you sucker when he goes to
damn.
well your brothers weren't mad anymore.
Hold on one second. Y'all are sick. Something wrong with y'all. I promise y'all. Hold on. I got one more person. It's a brand new guy. How you doing? C Rich. My first time seeing you. How you doing?
What's going on, man?
How you doing? What would you like to add to the conversation, my brother?
Hey, I just wanted to refute what I was trying to catch my man before he left. I got that PhD keep running everybody off.
So what is it that you want to say? Go ahead.
Nah, because he was saying because he got caught up, right?
Oh.
He was trying to say this African thing. And I want to make an explanation to show that we are not Africans, man. And this is where he's starting out from wrong out the gate. This is why he can't answer her questions. He got frustrated because once she started challenging his questions, he got caught up. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And the thing is, we are aboriginal to this land. We are the original Native Americans. Dane Calloway proved this point years ago. You see what I'm saying? He been proved the point. And I'm gonna show you. I don't know if you remember. This was like when Donald Trump, when he first started sending the Mexicans out. You dig what I'm saying? When he was getting rid of them, he turned around and went to, because you know Donald Trump been at them because you know Donald Trump got casinos like they got casinos. So he been at them because they be getting money from America to build those casinos. So Trump, by him having casinos, he looked at them as competition. He was going back and forth with them. So he was saying that these people are not really the true Native Americans. He been saying this shit for years. You see what I'm saying? So just recently, you know, he had told that the so-called Native Americans that they was have to become 14th Amendment citizens. And that's why I wanted to catch the brother before he left, because he brought that up. Because I wanted to know, he know what a 14th Amendment citizen is in America. You see what I'm saying? And he told them that they was going to have to become citizens and give up their native. But the reason he did that, because he know that they are not the original Native Americans. This is why they could send everybody off this land but us. They really gave them our status. You see what I'm saying? So I was trying to catch the brother before he left, but he got frustrated and left. You see what I'm saying? But that's just like they proved that the train.
Also want to bring in Stop the Cap in there. Go ahead, beautiful. How you doing? What's your thoughts?
Good evening, Mr. Bracy and the ladies on the panel and everyone else. Good evening, good evening. Good morning, where you at? Wherever you are. I just want to piggyback on what the guy was saying, that we must not confuse facts with our emotions, right? If he goes to Africa, he's going to be fighting people that look like him. Let's just keep it 100, right? And I'm gonna need you men to really read history and see the sins of commission that the African people played in the destruction of the African continent. They put all of this onus on people being colonized when there's other factors in play which causes, cause and effect, which cause the colonization of certain areas in Africa. I need you guys to read up on a Bohemi tribe. That's why Dee was asking, do you know any tribes over there? Tribal war and tribal competition is very, very real in the continent of Africa. The reason why the continent of Africa is not one Africa, because they have a language barrier. They have a cultural barrier because of the different languages that all of these different tribes speak. And I'm going to land my plane by saying, I do not want to hear any man on this panel calling any woman the female dog on this panel. You are not going to use this panel to build up your ego, because I am quite sure you would not say that to a woman's face because we got CCWs, and I digress.
You would shoot me? That's crazy. I love to see it happen. Y'all let the girls win, bro. I'm going on a long lunch.
Slap the taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see you try it.
Nobody asked your he-man woman hating ass to come back up here. Go lunch.
He's so quick to he called Miss Diva the B word 3 times very slickly. Like, don't nobody care about your sexual frustration, sir. No one cares.
Go ahead, Diva.
Miss Jaylyn, $25. Goodbye, fat back hood.
Also, we got the Cash App. It says, hold on, what it says? It says, you be safe. The hate and disrespect is real. Shaking my head. Eyes like that.
I just did think that's just so crazy. You have able-bodied men who have all these plans, agendas, things that will stabilize families and communities and things of that sort, but they have no interest in doing that with the community or the families that they create right now. They rather go somewhere else and start up on somebody else doing what they need to do for theirs. Like, I have all respect for what Tory, I think I'm saying his name right, Tory is doing over there in Burkina Faso, and that's what he needs to do for his people. Why can none of that be done here? There's so many other elements here that need to be fixed that has nothing to do with white supremacy and anything of that, and people brush that over like it don't fucking exist. It's disgusting to hear someone say that and be very bold with it. You're gonna go over there and be a second-class fucking citizen in that goddamn country. You are not gonna be put front in nothing, okay? And if you're not coming over there to actually help them, they're gonna kick your fucking ass out. They're not coming over there with that brotherly love that you think that's showing up over there. That is that romanticizing that PhD was talking about that we inherited from Pan-Africanism. Stop that. You got motherfuckers over here destiny swapping with your ass over here. You don't see them on their own live streams on YouTube. Literally, the people over there are cursing the ones that are over here benefiting because they said that they was going over there to bring things back. They got over here and they said, nah, they ain't never going back. And they ain't bringing shit back over there.
Yeah, I was going to say about the influx of immigrants from Africa in America. I didn't want to, but...
You know, but it's just like we're romanticizing something that is one-sided. That Pan-Africanism is one-sided.
Facts.
They are not viewing or looking at you in the same way. They're not showing that same type of love. Like, it's killing me. It's really killing me. You would rather everybody over here to burn in this motherfucking house instead of doing something about it, but you're going to try to help other people when all they're trying to do is literally be in a better situation or be equivalent to what you got.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing you just said, MJ. I'm glad you brought it back full circle.
What she said was absolute facts. This is why I was telling you, those people know that we are not the same people. They come over here and grift off us. Then they act like when we need some help, they act like they don't know you because they know we are not the same people. They come over here.
But that's the thing we're talking about, though. There really is no we, bro. The only thing we got in common is what they convinced us of is our skin color, that we black.
Well,
we took on that moniker.
When I say
we took on that identity that they told us who we are, when we actually had identities before we came here. Multiple different identities, every culture, every language, and everything. But we took on the moniker because of our history, with the trauma we went through. That's all we have in relation to each other. But then look at the foundation of who we are. What are we? What's the ruling of it? We have an expression, we have an art. And that's what affiliates to the culture. That's what we do have, but we don't have no real rule to what we are.
Let me finish saying what I'm saying, brother. You cut me off. When I'm saying we, I'm talking about we as so-called black people in America. We are not the same people as them, and they know this. So this is the point. What I'm saying, when she said that a lot of our people romanticize. When you don't know who you are, then other people gonna tell you who you are. You see what I'm saying?
Let me just Dantes.
Exactly my point. That's exactly what I was saying.
I got you. So Dantes, you got 8 more minutes. Don't worry, I got you. I'll bring you up in 8 minutes. Okay, Dantes? Go ahead, finish your conversation. Marvelous.
All right, so when you were saying when they call us who we are, we did not call ourselves black. That's an identity we took on. That's not who we were. We were different people. You know what I'm saying? Reason why it was so easy to break us down, like I said, if you take any group of people, random different people from all around the world, you put them in a boat, and the only thing they have in common is their skin color for the most part. And you say you guys are now this group of people, and y'all got to take it, and y'all can't even discuss things on talk. Y'all can't even talk to each other. Y'all don't have the same tongue. Y'all have the same beliefs, different anything. So we came here completely disarrayed, and then we had to become parasites for the most part and take what we can get. Take information, tongue, culture, religion for whoever was our captors. For us, it was white Europeans in America. We took their names, religion, all that shit, because we had nothing else in the sense of coming here. We couldn't keep our culture because, for the most part, we already, like I said, if we had a bunch of us coming from one tribe, that one particular tribe might have some identity left. But because we came here mixed up the way we were, there's no way we can go back to where we were at. So what do we do going forward?
But what I'm telling
can
you,
I ask you a question, Marvelous? I'm sorry, sir. Do you know what the African worldview is?
Hey, say again, ma'am?
Do you know what the African worldview is?
As far as us in America, or are you talking about in general?
Do you know what the African worldview is?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And I knew you didn't, based on what you were saying, because you were saying that those people wouldn't have had anything in common because they were coming from different tribes. But what they had in common was the African worldview. That's why they had to outlaw them beating drums, because even though they couldn't speak the same language to each other, they all had a culture where drums spoke to you. And so they were able to communicate with each other using drums.
Okay, so we got drums, but I'm saying, okay, we'll take that, right?
No,
that's
but
one form of communication. I'm not taking off the table. I'm saying if that's one form of communication, right? And that's only one, all right? You need more ways of communication. You look at the age. There's some different factors that came into why we're at disarray. It's not just the fact that people took us from Africa. Like, again, Africa right now is not unified. I don't understand how we're supposed to be unified.
We're not talking about Africa now. You just was talking about tribes of people who were put together, and you said they didn't have anything in common but their skin color. And I'm telling you, they had more than skin color in common, right? That's all I'm telling you. They had an African worldview in common, which means a lot of different things, right? So they understood that despite the fact that they came from different groups, that now the situation calls for them to be one group, right? And so that's how you get extended families. When people were sold away, the rest of the people took care of them, whether they were their family members or not. And so there was a lot of stuff that they actually had in common. You just don't know history well enough to know that.
Okay, so I'm gonna be humble to say I don't know all history.
Right.
But the things I do know when it comes to us, even right now, currently in the present time, how do we have
time is in history though?
I understand where you're going with that. You got to understand the future. You got to understand the past, understand the future. I understand that, man. What I'm saying is things I do.
Were you given that example to explain why the Black people in America are the way they are now? Is that why you use that example?
Yes, in some context, yes. I'm trying to explain the phenomenon that is going on while we're not so unified. First of all, we have to be unified at the beginning to be unified now. And we're trying to do the impossible, which it hasn't been done yet. No group of people have ever done what we're trying to achieve. And we're putting so much emphasis on trying to unify ourselves based on our skin color.
But you're wrong. We were unified. You also said we've never been unified. We're not unified today. And here we are right now, all Black people on this panel. You didn't say the only thing we got in common is our music, but there's no we. But why would we have music if there's no we? right? There's music that relates to us as Black people. And it doesn't mean hip hop, because y'all like to go to hip hop, but rhythm and blues, soul, and there's all types of music forms.
We
So you
invented
don't know
all of it.
history, and because you don't know history, everything that comes out your mouth is ridiculous.
Fact.
No, ma'am. I already said that we have music and things of culture. That's what we identify as culture, our expression. But there is no actual rule. There's no grounds of direction for the so-called culture we have or identified with. There is no real direction.
What does rule of direction mean?
Well, when I say direction, you got to have some way of governing us. We have no self-governing within our culture that we call. All it is expression.
Like,
So, I think you're ain't no rule of direction.
Marvelous. I think you're confusing us because your statement of opinion is not statement of facts. You're using your opinion about this experience or your examples as a statement of fact. This is why Bomb Cherry and Diva is correcting you. And then you're getting a little frustrated. Just say, this is my opinion. And then we can, take it as your opinion. But when you frame it as a statement of facts, they're going to have to, fact check you.
I don't mind being fact checked. I really don't. But it's more like I'm trying to understand this. Where is the order? Where does it start? Where do we get our grounds and values from as a people? And that's what I'm trying to get at. Where is that come from? Of course, we have art, expression, food. But what do we have in general that says this is taboo? These are the rules. Where is that at?
It comes from culture, man. But if you don't know what culture is, then you don't know that's culture, brother. I didn't say it wasn't culture. I didn't say it wasn't culture. Brother, I'm saying what. Let me get a point out, brother. I didn't cut you off. You keep cutting me off. If I'm wrong, just prove me wrong, brother. But let me say what I say. I'm saying that culture, it ties you to a land, it ties you to a people, it ties you to an identity, and it ties you to a God. When we went through the slave trade, we was totally deculturized. People keep saying culture like they know what culture is. If you saying you have a culture, then if you know you went through a slavery and you was deculturalized, then that means you have to be prepared to say when you got your culture back and what it is. So what I'm saying is what you explaining, culture defends against outside influence. This is why other races of people in America don't suffer to the degree a lot of the stuff that white America does, because they still have an intact culture. We don't have an intact culture. We don't know who we are. But every time you try to explain to people like through dialogue, they cut you off and they act like this. These people, Africans, know that we are not Africans. But you can tell by the way they treat you, we are different. We look different. We act different. Everything we do is different. But then when somebody try to tell you where you from, then people get to twisting their neck and this and that. But if you ain't done the research, I've been doing this shit since the 80s, brother. I've been a Pan-Africanist. I've done the pro-black thing. I used to go to of course I was raised as a Christian, so I knew the Bible. I was been to the Moore Science Temple. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Well, if you don't see what the same thing the women was telling you, brother, if you don't know history, then you really lost. Because you're not basing it from nothing. You have to base it from history. This is what the women trying to tell you. You trying to say, let's go from now. Man, you can't pick up from 5-10 years ago and solve a problem that's been ongoing for hundreds of years, brother. This is what they telling you. You see what I'm saying?
I understand you. I understand what you're saying, C. Rich.
And I'll let y'all talk. I just put that point out.
Okay. So I just want to know, can I at least acknowledge that there was already a problem when we got here on ships? I'm saying that legitimately we had a problem just being together on the ship. That part never even been addressed.
What? You had no proof of that? Where do you read that?
No, I'm saying we all came here from different tribes, different cultures already. Our ancestors came here on the ship. We already came here as a mixed bag.
But they realized once they were coming here that they had to unite amongst themselves because they were going to a new place. That wasn't their home, no matter what at the end of the day. Even if I don't like you, these people really don't like us, so I'm going to be with you. Like my enemy's enemy.
Right, they fought each other. They fought with each other on ships. Ships ended up, there was a lot of ships that didn't make it back over here because, they had to uprise and things like that. But this is ridiculous what you just said. Like they wasn't unified on the ships. They was against each other on ships. They was in small spaces, shitting on each other, trying to. What are you talking about, Mama?
I'm not. First off,
wait.
there's two things I'm saying. I'm saying that they were not a unified group. Meaning, yes, they're in a situation of prisoners of war. How could they communicate? They don't speak the same language. There's no drums. Okay, let's take that table. There's no drums on the ship.
We get it. But I think that in order to understand history, you got to understand the history of slavery. It wasn't just white people who participated in slavery. If you guys understand the history of slavery, I think your guys' mind frame would change and your approach to slavery would change. If you understood the history of slavery, there's slavery today in Asian countries. There's slavery today in African countries today. The Arab slave trade was one of the most horrific slave time periods of the world. You guys ever heard of the Bone of Trails? You guys have to understand the history, and then I think you guys will come to a common ground when it comes to understanding the dual dynamics of slavery in this country and in the world.
Yeah, I thought Dantes went to rebuttal, but he stepped away. It's okay, I guess. And hopefully Dantes will come back. Also, we'll bring up Hood. His time is up. Go ahead, Hood, before it's too late. That's your microphone. Go ahead.
Don't play me. Just drop me.
Slap the taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see you try.
That's so sad.
You know what I noticed about that man? He never can stay on subject matter. He always have to insert some type of derogatory thing about a woman, a black woman. Like, I do not appreciate him calling women bees on a panel. Like, nobody called him anything that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And PhD, but didn't even address it. She heard it. I heard it. The chat women heard it. It's like he's so quick to want to verbally abuse women over here.
And it says, add another 25 on Fatback Hood. You need to control that mouth.
So I just want to say, like, when like what the young lady just said, stop the cap, about slavery, not understanding slavery. That is very important. But it's also important to know that when they say that Africans enslaved each other before slavery, it is not nowhere near the same thing of what we're talking about that happened here in America and other places, right? Because there it was indentured servitude. You may have to, I may capture your people, but I still treated you humanely, right? I didn't kill you, I didn't beat you, I didn't torture you. You just had to do what you had to do, but you still can move around in this environment. You wasn't enslaved the way, so it's totally different. And when people like Marvelous and things like that speak the way they do, they've been indoctrinated with falsified information.
I need to know what I said that was false. I'm really trying to understand what I said.
The idea that you said when it was a mixed bag on the boat and it was already not unified, when they actually were. If you know anything about history, they were unified just based in the situation they was in.
I acknowledge that part. I said all thing they had in common was skin color and the fact they were enslaved. That's all they have. I can take everyone right now and put y'all in the military.
What?
I can take y'all all right now and put y'all in the military. Y'all guys be in the same situation. You guys are all in the military. You guys are unified. But you come from different cultures, different backgrounds. But you guys all are in the military.
Because
that is slavery.
So you would be unified. You would
because
say
of the situation we unified, right?
That's right.
But wait. There's an important element to what I'm trying to get to.
We could be from different.
I'm trying to say that culture. All right. Sorry. The only thing I was trying to say was culture and communication. I don't think we could really communicate with each other the way we could have effectively. That's all I'm saying. Like, you really have to have some type of ground, foundation, direction to really be unified and move as a force. Just having trauma doesn't really get you nowhere as a unified force.
No, I get what you're saying initially, though. But after a time, you would build up ways to communicate. You would adapt to that. Like, the first maybe week or two, but after a while, you're going to realize, okay, this means stick. This means water. This means we going, you know what I'm saying? You're going to figure out a way to communicate. You telling me you would?
Well,
But they already had a means of communication through drums. But drums don't necessarily mean you have to have a set of drums and drumstick. You just need a surface and you can knock, right?
well,
So
I have a
like,
book in
people
my
not stupid.
library.
They weren't stupid back then.
I have a book in my library called Before the Mayflower. You guys should buy that on Amazon and really read it. So when Marvel was saying that slaves, whatever, the people over here was not unified, there was a lot of slave uprisings, little pockets of chaos and stuff like that. Then you guys talk about the Indians, right? Remember the Indians were like scalping people. They was like warring. Black slaves were also involved in that as well. A lot of people don't understand that Black slaves left with the British too during the during the Tea Party War and stuff like that. So just I think you guys should just the points that you guys are talking about. I think you guys should just do your own research, and then you can become a whole person in these conversations.
Okay, so give me one uprise that led to a nation being built after that.
What? Our nation. I know, C-Rich, this is your opportunity.
No, I'm talking about a black nation. What black nation came up with way
Well,
to
I will give you
uprise?
context. I said that for an example as why Black people were kind of unified during that time period.
I'm glad you said kinda. That's a very important term.
There's gonna always be kinda, because even in Africa, there's different tribes, right? No matter all around the world, even if we're gonna talk about the Germany, you're gonna talk about China, Asia, all over this world, everybody's not on the same page, my brother. What are you talking about? So
What I'm saying is, remember, look at this. We had 9/11 that happened. Everyone likes to say that we were unified because of 9/11. Were we really unified, or were we just traumatized? And we just went through the emotion for a moment, and we went by how we felt. But then once the emotions went away, what did we become again?
We was unified as a nation. That's
who?
what
Yes.
they meant.
Exactly.
Yes,
See how you say who? You see how you said who?
Wait,
that's exactly what I'm getting at.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I was speaking and I said we as a nation, as Americans, because I'm quite sure you was a child when 9/11 happened, but I had children when 9/11 happened. Okay, so we was a nation when 9/11 happened, because they gave us the bull crap of what happened here on our soil, and we agreed that we're going to war. If that's what you're talking about.
I know that's what I'm talking about. Look at this man's face right here. His expression when I said that. Look at his demeanor. He has a rebuttal because he didn't feel that way at all. And I'm trying to tell you, it's a feeling.
All right, so let's see what he says. Go ahead. I believe he's talking about you, Dantes. Go ahead.
Oh, he's talking about. Well, yeah. Well, you kept saying we, and as far as we went to war, and that's that's distant from my thoughts. But let me tell you, if I want to share, when that 9/11 thing happened, I was in what you call the great unpleasantness. Some people called it prison at the time. And I remember we was out on the road squads cutting ditches, right? And they just brought everybody. All of a sudden, they just wrangled everybody up. Hey, we got to get back to the camp. And so as we got back, nobody said nothing. Didn't nobody know what it was about or nothing. We get back, and then everybody's in the dorms. It's all lockdown stuff. Everybody in the dorms, and they showing this 9/11 thing on the TV. And everybody in the joint is laughing their ass off. Yeah, I don't know where you get we from and all of that. Maybe you need to touch with the base of Black people. Look at the people who you don't see every day. All right.
Wait, I'm a little confused right now. When he was talking about Americans, right? That's who he was talking about, because that's why he referenced 9/11. And you mean to tell me right now that a bunch of jailbirds was in jail laughing at thousands of people be killed in America?
Okay,
and
yeah.
And you supposed to be, and that's why we are separate. See, that's jailbirds, murderers, and killers that I don't associate myself with, and I don't care what skin color they are. But jailbirds gonna tell us he was in jail laughing at a destruction of buildings with people in them. Cause you're sick, and it was where you belong.
Okay. Well, you know what? They were laughing in Philadelphia when they dropped barrel bombs on Black people, right? They set them on. They were laughing their ass off, but they did. That was who?
That's a lie. Who was laughing? The sickos.
Okay. Look, I don't want to talk.
Okay,
You
go
right?
ahead.
You in Philly? I'm in North Carolina. Wait a minute, like I don't want to talk.
So
I don't want to talk.
were
I
the
don't want to talk.
prisoners laughing when Katrina hit and they most of those prisoners had to get rescued? Were they laughing then?
Ma'am.
When they was left in those prisons?
Ma'am. I did not say anything about Hurricane Katrina. I spoke
No.
about
Listen,
specific.
sir. Listen.
Ma'am. I spoke about a specific
Prisoners as an
incident.
example.
You're asking me a hypothetical now.
That's what you're speaking about, though.
No, I told you a brother.
So Marvelous said something about military, right? In 9/11. And your example to counter his or add to his example was to tell us about when you were in prison that the prisoners were laughing. So I'm actually staying in context to what you said. I said, were the prisoners laughing when Katrina hit?
Okay, wait. Okay, can I say something real quick? He said something about 9/11. Did he not? Did he mention 9/11?
Yes.
Okay. Did I not reference a story from my 9/11 experience? So don't call me going.
And then you went to Philly. You remember?
Let him finish. Let him land it. Let him land it. Go ahead.
Darling sweetheart, I was telling you exactly where I was when that incident happened and how the people and myself and the people around me felt about it. You understand? That was room full of black men, right? I was just giving you that. Now Hurricane Katrina, you asking me a hypothetical.
But you use the prisoners as a counter.
No, that's where I was.
Because you believe that there's no
around.
Hold on. Let me try and clear it up. So what you want to know is that you got the hold on. You got the reaction for 9/11. She want to know what was the reaction as well. They have a reaction to Katrina as well. She just want to know what happened when that happened.
Well, I can't say about nobody else, but me. I was brokenhearted when Katrina happened because that happened to black people. I saw black people being under duress, right? Okay, and wait, darling, darling. Let me go back to the 9/11 thing, the World Trade Center.
Hold on. Let me make sure that's what that was the question that you was trying to get to, the answer that you were trying to get to.
I'm trying to pull the truth out of this man because he's saying these examples because he disagreed with the word we. You got to understand, I listen very well. You're using these examples because you don't believe in we. When you first came on the panel, you like, what we? There's no we. So you're using the prison example as a counter, whatever, to add on to what Marvelous is saying about 9/11. So you're piggybacking off 9/11 and you use an example like prisoners. This is why Bomb Cherry is like, you using some jailbirds. So then I'm asking you, were those prisoners laughing when Katrina hit, when they was left for dead?
Okay.
Sharon.
Yep, your turn. Go ahead, if you like.
Like I said, I was brokenhearted about Hurricane Katrina.
Okay.
As far as the other thing, I didn't look at it as there were any a lot of black people in the World Trade Center, and whatever few were in there cleaning those buildings, that's the only sympathy that I have. It goes out to those black people that were in there. But as far as I didn't.
Okay, let him finish. Let him finish.
I love your platform, brother.
Go ahead. We're gonna let you finish. Let him finish, y'all. Go ahead.
Well, I'm just gonna say I love your platform, brother, and I'll be back. But I think a big part of what we have to do as far as growth is to stop trying to find malice in the things that we saying to each other, because we all trying to get to the same place. And
I want to ask you a question before you go, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Can I go, Sharon?
Yes, good. Let them two brothers have a hash out real quick, because that's what he came up here for. He wanted to speak to.
Because because these women giving y'all their work, man. Y'all keep running, man. So I gotta get in, man. Damn. Hey, but you were speaking earlier about a 14th Amendment citizen. I wanted to know that you really know what that was.
No, I had you said 14th Amendment?
Yeah. The 14th Amendment citizen. You said you was telling the women about a 14th. Do you know what that is?
I didn't speak. I don't even know what that is. I couldn't have said that.
You actually brought it up before you left. You was talking about citizens.
I said that we're not citizens. Yeah, I did say citizens. I didn't say 14th Amendment. I don't know what that is, but you can enlighten me.
That's what it really is. I'm going to explain it to you because you brought it up. You are a citizen, brother, because of the fact when they came with before the New Deal under the Roosevelt administration, they didn't have Social Security cards and birth certificates and things. So when he came with the New Deal, what he did, he made everybody a 14th Amendment citizen. That means you became a citizen of the state. That means you became a state, American employee to a degree. That's why the reason your social security card is in all caps, and the reason your birth certificate is in all caps. The reason when you go to court, because you say you've been to jail, I've been to prison. And don't put that bullshit on prisoners, bro. We don't flow like that. But anyway, I get to that. But what I'm saying is the reason when you go to court, your name is in all caps is because once you became a 14th Amendment citizen, you became what they call a debt slave. You paid back the national debt. Now, listen to what I'm saying, brother. I'm giving you some facts. I'm going to give you a lesson. Now, once you became a 14th Amendment citizen, they did that because of the fact that America, we paid back the national debt. So when you say when they had a national debt, that's why they tax you. See, people don't know why they pay taxes. There's never been a law that says you pay taxes. But once they made you a 14th Amendment citizen, we pay back the national debt. We pay tax. That's why we pay taxes. Because before then, we didn't pay taxes. Because America was always able to pay its debt back from the federal, which is now the Federal Reserve Bank, which is the third one they established. But that's what it means when you are a citizen. That means that you are corporate fiction. That's why your name is all caps on your birth certificate. So when they deal with you, they don't deal with you as a person. They deal with you as a corporation because when he gave you the New Deal under the Roosevelt administration, he gave us benefits and privileges. This is why you get welfare. This is why you get public housing. This is why the government helps you. This is why when guys, the red pill niggas, which are stupid suckers, complain about women getting welfare, America has to give it to them because that was a part of the New Deal. Once they made us 14th Amendment a citizen, we are not nationals. Nationals don't pay taxes. Citizens pay taxes. Once they did that, they have to give people so much benefits. They have to give you you get unemployment, you get benefits, you get like I'm on Social Security and I get disability because I had a bad accident a few years ago. That's what you get from the government, but because they give it to you, you're a citizen. This is how they tax you because we pay back the national debt. I was just trying to explain to you when you say we are not citizens. That's why we was made citizens, but because everybody is stuck that you are from Africa, y'all believe that you are not really cis. You really are a nationals. That's why I was saying that we are aboriginal to this land. But everybody laughing, the other dude laughing because y'all don't argue the point. You laugh at people because you don't understand. But I used to be a Pan-Africanist, brother. So this is not stuff I'm just talking.
Okay. I agree with you. I agree with some of the things you're saying. It's just like, but those of you this is oldest conversation, right? Those of you get confused, right?
I ain't confused.
I agree. We pay taxes.
Wait, hold on, Bob. I wanted Dantes to official. Rich ain't going nowhere. He wants to. Yes, so this way, and then y'all can have the conversation.
Yeah, I got you. I ain't going nowhere.
She got you. He got you. I mean, get Dantes.
Well, as far as brother, I understand that's a lot of that was a lot of sweeping statements you made right there.
No, that's a historical fact.
Well, I'm just saying the statements that okay, brother. All right.
My point is refute the evidence. If what I'm saying not true, tell me why you pay tax. Because there's never been a law passed by Congress that said you have to pay taxes. So tell me why you pay taxes.
Yeah, let them get a chance to rebuttal without uninterrupted. Go ahead, Dantes.
Okay. I understand that all those things that you said, they may be true. I'm sure they probably are, But what I'm saying is, I do not believe in the 14th Amendment from the first to the however many it is. I don't give a damn about nothing that they got. Well, how can you subscribe as a black man to any of their doctrine? Is my question. That's more what I want to know.
Can I answer?
Why are you so invested in America? What has America done for you, brother?
Can I answer the question? Since you asked?
So invested. And wait. Time. One more thing. Let me tell you something. When you talk about jailbirds and people like that, I know a man. His name is Joseph Sledge, the Honorable Joseph Sledge, was in prison since 1974. Had not done a thing. You go on that camp, the officers know he ain't done nothing. You see how he get treated a little different, but he had been there since I think it was 2008 when they let him out, right? Exonerated him. He was an old man, hadn't done nothing. See, that come from a time back when they used to pick up black men, you know, just any Negro will do. And wait a minute, brother. And I think we lack compassion for the people that are in prisons and dark conditions all over this country, because you remember that's a private industry for them, and it's supposed to be rehabilitation. It's supposed, and not to mention that our people are punished very severely under this system. It's simply just for us. You understand? So that's a weapon against us. But you don't have no interest in going knocking none of them prison walls down and getting our brothers out. Okay. You don't have any interest. Okay, wait. And if that's not the case, then you have no interest. If even if you were American, wouldn't you want to? If more of your prison people were in prison, shouldn't that be the rehabilitation process? Should be something for black people to put our people through, right? That should be something for us, right? They don't treat us fairly in this country. So how do we even let them define law or enforce law on us? See, we coming from two different places. It's not a lack of knowledge; it's the way we interpret the knowledge. We change things. But I have nothing personal against you, brother. If I show too much,
brother, I ain't upset, brother. I'm gonna answer your question then, cause the sister asked the question, so I'm gonna get to her. But let me answer your question. When I was telling you that, I was just explaining to you what a 14th Amendment citizen really was. I wasn't supporting any other position, but what you doing, you talking to a nigga, bro. I done 23 years in the penitentiary. So what you saying is you just made up something on emotional basis. And this is what I'm saying about brothers, because I've been to the penitentiary too. So what you were saying, I was not saying. I was just explaining to you what it was. I didn't say I subscribed to it, but it don't matter whether I subscribe to it or not, because I don't control anything. I just have to learn how to survive in it. They made me that. I didn't. Hold up, brother. Hold up. Okay. They made me that. I didn't say I wanted to be that. I'm just telling you what you really are, because a lot of people don't know. You may have knew that, but other people don't know. I'm just bringing the information. So when you saying that I have no compassion, brother, I'm a humanitarian. I believe that's the biggest problem with America, other than we don't believe in the Creator no more, that we have no humanity anymore. We don't care about other people. So don't charge me with that crime, because nothing that I said you could have got from that. That's all I'm saying, brother. I don't get emotional about conversations, because I deal in facts. Anything I say, I can prove. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, I was just explaining to you what it was as far as America is. Now, whether you agree with it or not, I don't agree with it, because I know it's a bogus status to make you a slave to pay off a bill that they created. That's all I was saying. But I'm gonna just leave it at that. If you refute, then I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna let the sister ask her question, brother. I don't run no long filibusters. That's all I was saying, brother.
Y'all on the same page, both of y'all jailbirds. So and nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
You know, even Malcolm X. But what you don't understand, because you keep saying that, is that the majority of people who really genuinely tried to help black people had been to prison. Some of the best individuals, Malcolm X, even has been to prison. Even now, Dr. Martin Luther King didn't go to prison, but he did go to jail. You know, JFK got him out, but they would have held him. But the most five people have been to prison. So to call people jailbirds, I mean, let's come with the insults, because I don't insult people, bro. I don't do that. I just bring facts. If you dispute it, I reckon that, like with Supreme Diva, I've seen home panels. I look at Sharon all the time, so I'm not new to Sharon.
I forgot what my goddamn question.
I feel like the brothers would let her get her point.
Hold on, he almost finished.
I feel like they wasn't letting her get her point out. I'm saying let her get her point out and refute her point. They couldn't refute her point, so they got frustrated and left. I don't do stuff like that. If you're right, I'm gonna say you're right, but I don't call people out their name, bro. I'm not a jail bro. I'm probably one of the most intelligent niggas you ever run into, but you can go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Bomb. And I believe Stop the Cat wanted to jump in there as well. I'm not sure if MJ wanted to stop in, so let's try to keep that line right there. Bomb Cherry, Stop the Cat, MJ.
Okay, I apologize because you don't want to talk you was in jail, but I apologize if you took that as an insult.
No, I didn't take it as an insult. I just be trying to tell out people.
You told me that I insulted you. I apologize.
I ain't insulted. You can't hurt my feelings.
Okay, good.
Yeah, go ahead.
You might not want to test that, but anyway, so what I want to say though, you stated a lot of facts mixed in with a lot of things that aren't true, and that is what happens when, like, I think you even said it to the other brother when you said that, when you get emotional or when you don't understand the information. The information, you have the knowledge. One of y'all said you have the knowledge, but you don't understand the knowledge. You know what I mean? And so why do we pay taxes? Because of the 16th Amendment that give Congress the right to levy taxes. The reason that was done is because of social welfare and things like that, right? In order to be able to help people, we have to have money to give these people. So that's why we have taxes. But you also said that we aren't humanitarians. You said that's the problem with the U.S. But that's not facts, right? We know that we are. That's why we don't support these wars that are going. We want to support Ukrainian with the war that's going on. That's America being humanitarian. We put money into Africa. We was doing all these things. That's us as Americans being humanitarian.
I said humanity. I didn't say humanitarians. Humanitarians is what you do. I didn't say that some people are not humanitarians. I said we have a lack of humanity. I'm saying a lack of humanity means.
Okay, that's probably what he meant to say. He just corrected it, Bob. It's okay.
People.
Okay, he corrected
So
it. But it's the same thing.
Okay,
those are two different things.
No, they're not two different things. They're not two different things. One of them is just active, and the other one is just how you feel, right?
Right. That's two different things.
They're the same. One is just a noun, and the other is a verb. What do you mean?
That's two. A noun and the verb.
The final boss is back. I just realized you got the final boss back. Oh shit! The MVP is here. The MVP is finally.
The taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see you try.
Like you can't be this like childish. Like, are you serious?
Hold on. Diva, you there?
I'm here. Miss Jaylyn, $25. Keep that back off the panel. You want to be a Wonder Bread. Dang.
Oh, damn.
At Cloudhouse ENT 5114. See, Rich, why did you go to prison?
I'll tell you.
No. All right, come on.
Detroit, at Detroit 313, $5. Quick question. Who the F wants to go to Africa?
Facts.
Miss Jaylyn, $5. Hood Fatback, you think you are important. I'll wait. Miss Jaylyn, $5. Fatback Hood, you will learn today. All right. She gonna teach him.
See, Rich, if you want to answer the question, they want to know. Okay.
They want to know what I went to prison for? I went to prison in 94. I was charged with murder. I got convicted of voluntary manslaughter. Then I got out in 2007, went back in 2010 for aggravated battery. They say I shot a motherfucker in the leg. Now, you want details, or is that sufficient?
No.
I don't think you should do details. But you know.
I mean,
it's already over. So, did you shoot the motherfucker in the leg?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He said, "Yep, that bitch better have my money, huh?"
No. Look, let me explain something to you, bro.
No, don't explain. Hold
on. Let me say
you don't want to give them too much information.
I'm not talking about my case.
Hold on, Rich. Don't give them too much because they're gonna use it against you. That's more than enough.
I'm not giving no more information up. I would say, look, bro, that red pill shit. I'm not a red pill nigga, bro. Okay. I don't agree with none. When you be talking about them dudes, I be agreeing with you. All this aggression and anger they have against women, I think is unnecessary. I think it's weak. And I understand why our women don't respect us. Now, that's a whole nother conversation for something else. I can go into that. But brothers, man, that shit they be doing, hey, I don't agree with none of that, bro. I come from a whole nother line of Negro than sitting up arguing and talking about women. I ain't never put my hands on a woman in my life. Every woman I had in my life, I could see her right now, and we could kick it. You feel me? So
I
yeah,
feel you.
yeah. I ain't gonna tell. Don't put that women on. Nah, I don't do that jacket.
Nah, go ahead, Diva.
All right. At Freedman's Journal, member for 4 months. Thank you, sir. Super chat here, ninjas, or Venmo. Miss J Lynn, $5. No hood fatback. You're not a money maker. No one is laughing with you.
Damn.
Not a failed conservative. How you be a
Oh, damn.
Man, that don't make no sense.
I think these wannabe conservatives, they're more fascist than anything.
I have one thing I want to clear up while I'm here. I get ready to go, guys. I appreciate having me up here too. My point of contention was with the word unity. I apologize. I don't want to say like for the most part that unity is not a thing in the community. It is, and like I said, it's how we unify. It was what I was really trying to get to. I don't like how we try to unify because it's like it's only temporary in my mind. When it's based on how we feel, based on our situation, it's not going to take us even further to develop something more. We'll have it. We'll riot. We'll do what we got to do to get up out of that situation that we don't like. But once we are free of the situation, then what comes next? It's more to that point of contention. I'm saying that's what I want us to be: is truly unified under an ideal and have the emotion to drive that, rather than just driving emotion to go any which where and just put us and displace us and have us become selfish anyway. I'm saying that we should have an ideal that's fueled by how we feel. But I haven't seen any ruling or anything that gives us direction to say this is it. I have ideas and there's exemptions to the rule. There's lots of exemptions out here, but I haven't seen anything as concrete and practiced by the majority to say that this is what we're going to do based on how we feel.
Okay.
I want to give myself my flowers as a taxpayer for over 20 years. I want to give myself my flowers because America is the hub center for humanitarian efforts. We pay everybody.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
So and by default, I am a humanitarian.
Okay. I like it. MJ, I want to give you the space. You want to jump in at this point?
I don't have nothing to say. It's been a lot of different kind of conversations been going on. So
yeah, when the men conversating some of I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was saying when the men have conversation, they go all over the place. You know, we was one place and then we move somewhere else and then they'll blame us. Like when he mentioned the bombing that happened in Philly, and I was about to say something, and then he started saying, "Oh, you right there in Philly." But I'm actually from Louisiana where Katrina happened. But I live in Delaware, which is up here now by Philadelphia. And I don't remember anybody laughing because that bombing that happened in Philadelphia, you know what I mean? They lied about how that situation went. But who was laughing about that situation? When you said they were laughing, because you brought that up, like there was a whole group of people laughing about the situation.
All right. Go ahead, Diva. I know Diva wanted to say something about it. I'll say something, I should say.
Yeah. So there was a question like, what has America ever done for you? And I can speak for everybody here. America may put you in the top 1% in the world. You live better than people in damn near any place on the planet. And so that's what America has done for you. Made you very comfortable.
Made you comfortable.
Absolutely. I'm extremely comfortable, baby.
So Dantes, you don't believe it made you comfortable? You got a whole house that you could sell or not sell, pass on to your kids. You don't think that it helped make you comfortable compared to the rest of the world, not to America, but the rest of the globe?
I go for self, but the real self is one with all. The self that's by himself does fall down, just like the guy. You're right.
That's a great philosophy. That's a great philosophy. Okay.
What I'm trying to say is, I'm not just thinking about me. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking about the homeless person that's on our black people that's out there. I'm talking about the people who are less fortunate than me, who is more of us in that, like in messed up situations, right? They in darker situations, right? And black women, they don't have the same experiences sometimes as black men. We like to think we do, but when I speak when I spoke of jail, I wasn't glorifying that, right? And when I made the example of Mr. Sledge, I was telling you, people who have not done so bad a thing, or ain't done nothing at all, and then there's some people who haven't done nothing, but that exists for us. Like, you don't have any compassion for our people, other than like nobody else's comforts other than your own, right?
But
So,
sir, I'm sorry to interrupt you. You don't have no compassion for Black Americans. You said you wouldn't do anything for us, and you don't align with us, and that's why you're going over to Africa. That's kind of, contradicting yourself, isn't it?
No. It's not, because when I say that, you are not Black people in America. There's no helping you. Do you hear people? You're not even. Wait. Let me explain what I'm saying. Let me explain what I am saying. I will tell you. Right? Black people are like you've got two children. Or no, the like the analogy of the servant in the biblical servant analogy. Remember, he gave the one servant some money, and he multiplied it. He gave the other servant some money. He did something with it, and that one servant just held on to it. Do you remember that analogy? Anybody? Bible study? Anybody? Sunday school? Nobody? Well, anyway, the servant that didn't get, he didn't do nothing with what God had gave him. He didn't do nothing with what the master had left. Gave him. The other two had they multiplied what the master gave them.
Right. So are we cursed? Are Black people cursed? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not going.
No. Let's not deviate from the subject matter, please.
Yeah,
I was just trying to tell. I thought everybody could relate to a Bible school story. I didn't know that you couldn't relate to that.
You landing the plane?
You good there?
On that note, on that note with Black women, let me tell a little, just a tiny one.
Okay.
When we was little boys, I got two older brothers. My oldest brother, he had to stop the hogs. Me and my older brother Priest, we had to go help Todd down on Mr. Sam's farm down the hill and help him clean the chicken coops. Now, anybody know about hogs and chickens? Hogs, they stink, but chickens smell way worse than hogs. But that ain't the point. My brother, he was clean city boy. He wasn't anyway. He had to stop the hogs, and he get real mad and irritated going out there, and because the hogs can hear you coming up the hill with that bucket. They come running up, and so he tried to throw the bucket just because he was so mad and slung it, and it slung down, and he fell in the daggone pig pen. And he was in the muck. He was all in the pig pen. That mud, it was all up here. That splashed all up him. And he was And my granddaddy looked down at me and he laughed. He said, "When you get in the mud with a pig, all you get is dirty." So Black women, I'm not going to even address anything you said. I have a lot of respect for you until the point you started behaving very terrible. And I never used the B word. I never used the B word, and I will not let you get me down in the mud with you.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
I'm gonna do 2 minutes. So he made a statement about basically the Black man plight is greater than the Black woman's plight, right? There's no time period in this country where Black men and Black women have not endured the same circumstances and the same experiences. I think that these men believe that because they are in male form and they get the physical damage that they receive is greater than the physical damage that we receive, because they look at us as the weaker vessel. Black women and Black men have suffered by the same situations that everyone has suffered in countries that are greater than them. So I want to make it clear. Black women and Black men grow up together. We have the same situations. We have the same experiences. Your plot is not greater than my plot. Okay?
Okay. Go ahead, Diva. Are you there? Maybe.
Yes,
nope.
sir.
Okay.
At Detroit 313, $5. Shout out to Pro Crack Power, brothers and sisters.
You're a nut.
DB, member for 10 months. Hey, DB, where y'all find these dusty hotels? Child, they under every rock in every nook and cranny. HQ reacts. Hey, HQ, $2. Get them PhD Van Bomb. Miss J Lynn, $5. Fatback Hood, AKKKA, Blob is typical. You would say, I am on your Tootsie Roll, you lonely rim. At Dig Thug 9149, $5. Ask why an ex-con can be accepted, but not a fascist.
Good question. I want to who was that? I wasn't sure if that was that was my sister Stop the Cat. I agree with her 100%. Black women was out doing slavery. We was out in the fields with you. We was in the house with you, right? Every step of the way. It's not like we chose it. We had to do it. They didn't think of you as human. They didn't think of us as human. Like, I don't know where this thing comes from. Women are so different when it comes to trauma. We was there with you being treated the same exact way, except I won't even say except, because I heard of buck breaking, right? But they were doing that to women and they were doing that to men. So I don't know why these men think that we have it so much easier. If your mother, if you had a bad mother and I'm your sister, that means we had a bad mother, right? If we had a bad father and I'm your brother and sister and cousins or whatever, we just have a bad family. And I have to go through that same thing you going through.
You know what it is, Mom? They want to hoard the trauma for themselves. So they want grand sympathy from everybody. They want us to coddle them to the grave.
Right.
I like to just speak to human behavior, though.
That was you, Marvel?
Yeah, that was me, my bad. I was gonna say, one thing I can say with human behavior is, like, we're talking about the good and the bad. Everyone has their own reality and how they want to interpret things, how they want to see things, how they feel about things. So I'm not gonna ignore reality and say that, oh, this is what's going on with you, but it doesn't happen with me, so it's not true. I don't have to argue semantics. I can just actually understand the fact that that's what's happened to you and keep it at that. But for some people, they don't accept the reality of others. They say that it can't be this, it can't be that, and they start going to the contrasts and comparisons. They say who got it worse, who got it bad. And in actuality, all they do is be concerned about yourself, how you see your things, and then take consideration. Main word, consideration, what other people are going through. For people who are selfish, what ends up happening is you get to the whole ego thing. Oh, it's me, it's me, it's me. I went through this and I went through that. You didn't see what I seen. And it's like, come on, guys. You don't have to go there.
Mute up. See, Rich, mute up.
Yeah.
You on the phone? We hear you.
Somebody got TV in the background.
Say that again.
You on the phone? We can hear you.
Oh, my bad, man. My phone.
No, we just letting you know.
Yeah, Marvelous, you said, like, I get confused at some time. Well, I've already told you this many times, so I'm not insulting you at all, right? But reality is reality. Now, the way you may see reality isn't everybody's reality. So that's, they're not the same, right? The way, like, the things you say not making sense, my brother. Like, let's say it's cold outside because it's 60 degrees, right? I think most of us agree 60 degrees is cold. But when you go outside, you like, it's not cold. But I go, it's cold. Now, the reality is it's 60 degrees. Just because you're not cold doesn't mean that it's not cold. It just means that you don't think it's cold from your perspective. But the temperature is a real thing. You see what I'm saying? So I think some of the things you say.
You missed what I was saying. I said you take consideration. I didn't say ignore or argue with you. I said, yes, you say it's cold outside. I consider that. I'll give you a coat. I don't need a coat, but I'll give you a coat because I consider that's your reality. Do you understand what I'm saying now?
Right, but never mind. I see. Go ahead. Never mind, my brother. Go ahead. It's 60 degrees cold for most people. You see, the reality is
you're looking for validation for your reality. I'm not trying to have that majority versus minority. It's not about that. I'm saying simply every individual is going to experience this thing called life through their own lens. And it's best that we try to understand each other for the most part. We don't have to have everyone agree with each other to be on the same line, same definition of things. We just have to understand each other. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
But I think he was supporting us because the Hotep guy got up here talking about, oh, the black man, the black woman, and he gave this analogy about mud and pigs. I don't know where that came from, but I think Marvel is supporting us that, but Marvel, it's not very clear and concise, Marble. It's like.
I apologize, but yes, I am agreeing with you. I'm only adding to what you're saying. I apologize.
Yeah.
My communication skills are not that good. I apologize.
No, because you don't want to come outright and say what it is, that you're supporting us because of that man said something that we're basically pigs in the mud and black women don't understand the plight of the black man, and just say what it is, like.
But I mean, I don't have to necessarily say if you guys are smart enough. I know you guys are intelligent. Some things are just obvious.
Obvious. Okay.
All right. I'll hold you down for that. Diva, you there? Maybe not. She's busy right now.
I'm here.
Okay.
Jalen, $5. Dolomite, I do not know you. Pay to bring your hood daddy back. Coming at me is such a waste. See, Rich, $10. Just paying some tithes. Thank you, sir. Amen. Bless you.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Y'all cutting up today, boy. Go ahead, Hood. You would better speak now, forever hold your peace.
Boss level, bitch.
Fucked up in 2024.
Hey, I just be saying, I don't be saying how the man-woman shit fight come in, man. I just see, only time I come up is somebody talking about a conversation that had to do with like politics or something I can prove. I don't get off into the black woman and accusing her and accusing. And when I was talking about humanity, I was speaking more so just from an individual level on how people treat each other. You know what I mean? Not on a world level. I'm speaking as an individual. I'm saying as far as respect, like whether I agree with you or not, I still respect your opinion. You know, and that's what I was saying. Like when all of them got upset with P, I was like, and I be thinking like, just let people get their point out. If you disagree with it, then dispute the point. You see what I'm saying? But
What is your name?
C. Rich.
See, Rich, the problem is that these guys lie so much that they don't remember the lie that they said 5 minutes ago, and then we pointed out to them the lie. Then we're misinterpreting what they're saying. I'm basically going off what you said.
Yeah, I agree.
Hold on, I need to celebrate this with her because once it's over 50.
I'm gonna try to do that dance today.
Hey, it's super chat time, and I'm rapping. No, I'm just playing. All right, Miss J. Lynn with the 100 ball. In the name of Dolomite, keep his daddy hood fat back off the panel. Y'all, please type in the chat and let me know, is hood conservative really overweight? I mean, it wouldn't be a stretch because about 70% of black men are either overweight or obese. And so I could totally believe it. But please, I need, give me the material, y'all, because I'm going to have a field day with his fat ass if he is.
You know, I do my walk later on.
Every panel needs a hood, bro. I won't lie to you. Every panel needs a hood. We will all be
we don't.
No, I'm just saying, making money. We all be unified. We would love it.
Who the fuck is Dolomite?
Because the problem with Hood is he doesn't have controlled opposition. This is not a echo chamber, but he gets caught up so much in his lies. You guys could be talking about some man shit, and he's gonna always insert some woman. Always.
That's fair. Welcome back, DJ Genesis. What's your thoughts?
Man, you know what I just been through. I've been at the hospital. I've been it's been crazy this past hour. Okay, y'all. But anyways, I think the hood conservative is negative. Like I've never seen such a depressed person in my life. No matter what the subject is, he finds a way to turn it into the most negative thing. And he sounds like he's suffering from major depression. And maybe he needs to actually, stop jacking off and get some Kuda cat, and he will have something better to say about women.
You can't get none.
Hood conservative. I don't know if he's fat because I usually know everybody's business around here if they got exposed. But he does have like a lot of children, y'all. So okay, he's a baby daddy of like he got like 4 or 5 kids out there. And
so the children are his beard. So he's basically a down low brother.
No, he's just a
hypersexual
troll.
men
He's
that
a
have
troll.
they usually have some homosexuality going on. So yeah, that's probably
he
what it
down
is.
low.
That's why he's so angry at women. He hates women because he wants to be one.
No, he
listen
loves
to
women.
his
He's just a
voice.
troll.
He sounds like a down low brother.
Come on out, hood servers, baby. I'm gonna take the plunge with you. We gonna go guzzle balls together. That's how you got to put your tongue. Don't let it go all the way in the back of your throat when you guzzling the balls, baby. You got to.
Oh, you're supposed to let it go all the way back in the back. I thought you supposed to like just
the only reason why
everything.
I'm going so hard on the down low brother is because he calling people bees on here.
I think he feels betrayed or rejected by y'all, so he kind of lashes out. Now, I'm not trying to excuse him, and he doesn't know how to say, I feel hurt. And I want to tell y'all my insecurities and my vulnerabilities, but I'm afraid that y'all going to use
No.
He
said he don't want therapy. Sharon, doesn't he say, oh, I don't want no counseling session. I don't want no therapy session. He always says that.
That means he's weak if he needs that in your eyes to him. You got to be a man all the time.
Just have control opposition. Like, just control opposition with facts. You know what I'm saying? Not with lies.
Yeah, he's just a troll. That's all, y'all.
I'm still trying to figure out how talking about the United States Air Force air people that was contaminated turned into in essence all the women's fault. Like what? Like how does that turn into a female hate the women conversation? Like, bro, what? So. But I do have to say this. Shouts out to those people that had that fog on them because they got to be old as heck. All them people are like in their 80s and 90s. That shows how resilient Black people are. We could be playing in toxic fog and still live to be 90 and 100 years old. Right. So shouts out to them.
But our children end up suffering with mental issues. So yeah, but I want to know more about it. That's why I came over here to listen to what happened. I don't know anything about it, but I do remember them coming in our neighborhood in Louisiana, right? With this fog in this truck, and it would be misting. And I would ask my grandmother, like, what they're doing. She would say they spraying for mosquitoes. And I was thinking, but we live on the bayou. Like, what the hell are they spraying for mosquitoes? For mosquitoes is out here. That's a natural thing. But then they convinced us that mosquito carry diseases and things. I'm like, well, shit, we get bit anyway, Grandma. Like, what the fuck? They ain't killing all of them. And so our government been playing with us, though. I've been poisoned on a post, Monsanto and shit. Poison us all. So there's a couple.
I just hope
right here in Delaware. Right here in Delaware, they were making that non-stick pans. They poisoned the whole world with that. And then now we're drinking out of bottled water. That's plastic in our system, they found out. Y'all wear clothing and that's plastic, polyester. That's poisoning.
Don't forget about the sanitizing napkins, the feminine hygiene stuff. They didn't already got a.
Oh yeah, that gave
and not the weaves have poison in them too. When you wear like a hair weave, get braiding hair and all that fake hair, that has poison in it that soaks into your brain and your skull.
Right. And so it just goes to show that they've been poisoning us in a multiple of ways, and they definitely tested on our cities first. And I was just trying to have a conversation about how we need to start speaking up about we do not want to be your test subjects anymore. For some reason, when they are tested on us, it's called a study instead of what it is, poison. They are poisoning our communities. It's not no damn study.
And a lot of us don't know that the OBGYN research happened from studying on Black women.
Oh, shit. That's Henrietta, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what's scary is that how they... The scary is that, do you know that they got double poison because they joined the military, right? Because you know they experiment on military fastest. So they got experimented on as children. Then they said that when they was kids, when they had the fog machines, they was playing on the fog machines as the fog was coming out. They said their skin was coated in whatever the fog stuff was, and it's made of some kind of a cancerous thing. But they said their skin would be coated with it. And it'd be sticky and weird and